Duncan, how you doing? I wanted to ask you about Evan Bouchard and his development. Obviously, been a big part of that and mentoring him. What have you seen him from the start of the season to now?
Well, he's done a lot of good things. He's got a great shot. Obviously, that gets talked about a lot, but just the way he sees the plays develop, I think, especially offensively, he can move the puck really well, and he's a smart player. So it makes my job a lot easier playing with him too. What
kind of advice have you given him, or what kind of help have you given him along the way in trying to kind of help his game?
I don't know. Maybe that's a better question for him, but I think just in general, we try to communicate a lot about the defensive side of things, whether that's getting back for pucks or having a good gap, and just focusing on things to predictability in the defensive side of things. And I think with his offensive ability, it can kind of come from being good defensively.
Obviously, is that the key for a young defenseman? A lot of young offensive defensemen come in here, and people know his offensive game, but to stay here and be effective, you have to be good in your own zone. Is that correct? Is that what kind of he has to work on, and that's what he has to develop to be able to become that offensive guy?
Well, I think we all do, not just him, but it's just continuing to develop good habits and that predictability on the defensive side of things. So, he seems like he just keeps getting better and better.
Thanks.
Yep.
Hey, Duncan. 6 wins in a row for you guys, but, there's always times in those games where the other team has a push or maybe a little bit of control. What has allowed you guys, do you think, to sort of limit the damage when the other team might be having a bit of a territorial or shot advantage?
Well, I think the first thing would be, getting some big saves from our goaltenders, and then just relying on our structure defensively, whether that's back pressure or being in good positioning, communicating out on the ice in the defensive zone. I think, like you said, there's lots of good teams, good players. They're going to get some chances, just trying to limit those and then weathering the storm when we can.
When you see a younger defenseman like Cale Makar who can skate like that, put up the points that he can, I mean, what do you think of him and some of the other younger generation of D-men you've seen coming in the last 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, they're fun to watch. They can do a lot of different things out there. They're all special players in their own right, and definitely we need to be aware when he's on the ice, especially tonight.
Duncan, what did that Colorado game a few weeks back mean to you guys? And obviously it was an overtime loss, but you played them extremely tough. What did that game mean, and how does it maybe help you going into this one?
It's a good challenge. They always they got a lot of firepower there, so it's a good test for us. It was a good test a few weeks back in their building, and ended up losing in overtime, but it's just, they're one of the top teams in the league for a reason, so we got our work cut out for us.
You have a few new bodies compared to that game, like Ron Nugent-Hopkins is now back, and the 2 guys from the deadline, but did you find that you learned something about yourselves in that game that you've been able to take forward here?
Yeah, I think that when we play with good structure and within our system, within ourselves out there, it gives us a chance to win with whoever's in the lineup. And certainly getting those guys back adds to our team and our power up front or on defense, whoever's coming back in the lineup.
You go on that road trip, and I think you were maybe 4 goals against in 3 games or something there. Just defensively as a group, to go on a road trip like that and have those sorts of results defensively, how much does that mean this late in the season when that really becomes the backbone?
Yeah, it's a positive step for sure. But I think every game's different. I think we gave up 5 against St. Louis before we head out on that road trip. So we wanted to shore that up a little bit, and then we had a good game against Anaheim and kept the ball rolling from there. But tonight's a new test and different game tonight.
You guys have been dominant on home ice, and I don't know if that resonates in there the way you feel when you're playing games here right now? Is it different than it would have been a couple of months ago? Like you're just rattling off win after win here.
Yeah, I think just finding ways to win in different ways. You know, it's not always going to be pretty, which it hasn't. So I think that's a good sign for our team, being able to find ways to win, especially at this time of year. But you know, I don't think we're looking at games like we've been dominating teams. There's been lots of areas where we need to improve, and you know, I think this road trip was a good step, but like I said, this game tonight will be another test for us. Thanks.